Hi there, and welcome back to Basic Math or Economics. In this video I want to show you how to use another technique for algebra for solving a system of two equations and two unknowns. Now this is very similar to a reduced row echelon form technique that I'm going to show you using matrices later on, but I'm not actually going to use any matrices at all to solve this. It's just a very powerful tool. So anyways, let's take a look at it. So what I have right here is I have two equations and two unknowns, and this is a common type of setup you'd have if you were solving a consumer choice problem. This first equation, x equals 2y, could represent what we would call a tangency condition, whereas the second term, 2x plus 4y equals 20, would be like a budget constraint. And we would solve a lot of these to figure out how much a consumer is going to buy of goods x and y based upon a utility function. So anyways, let's go through and solve this one out. Now, in order to use this elimination method, I need to have all of my x's and y's on the same side of the equal sign. So I'm going to first manipulate this first equation. I'm going to bring it down here. And I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides. So I get x minus 2y equals 0. Now, here's the real trick. In order to get this elimination method to work, I need to have my two equations such that you have, for instance, I have 4y in the top equation. I need to have minus 4y in the bottom equation. So you need to have the opposite value in each equation. So I need to manipulate the second equation in order to get minus 4y. So I'm going to multiply everything in the second equation by 2. So that's going to give me 2x minus 4y equals 0. All I did was I took the second equation, multiplied both sides of it by 0. So now I'm working with my two equations and two unknowns right here. What I'm going to do now, since I have 4y in the first equation and negative 4y in the second equation, I'm going to add these two equations together and let's see what happens. So, oops, we don't want that. Get rid of that. There we go. Anyways, so when I add these two equations together, I add the left side together and I add the right side together. And I end up with 2x plus 4y plus 2x minus 4y equals 20 plus 0. Well, look what happens. The 4y and the negative 4y cancel each other out. And this variable gets eliminated. That's why we call it the elimination technique. And I can combine my two x's to get 4x equals 20 plus 0, or 20, or x star equals 5. And just like that, I've solved it. And this is a very powerful technique. It depends on setting up your equations so that when you add them together, you can eliminate one of the variables. And that allows you to solve for the remaining variable. From here, I can figure out y just by that first equation. 2y equals x, which equals 5. So divide both sides by 2. I get y star equals 2.5. And there, I'm done. So I like using this technique when I'm dealing with consumer choice problems because it's very quick, it's very simple, and you're almost always going to have a situation where you have plus one variable and minus one variable in the two equations. So it usually works out really well to adjust it for an elimination technique. Anyways, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.